to Alan's movies, clips, and picks. Today I have a very special guest who actually shares the same enthusiasm as I do in photography. So tell us your name, please.
My name is Javier Velasquez.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm a sophomore standing classification year. Yeah. About to be junior. I'm an information systems and operations management major, doing a double major in geography and information sciences. In my spare time, I like to go on long romantic walks on the beach. No, just kidding. So, I'm a hobbyist photographer. I'm a big computer guy, and I just go, clubbing on the weekends. Enjoy myself. But yeah, other than that, it's about me.
Awesome.
Pretty boring. But.
So during your life, when did you decide to pick up photography as a hobby?
The summer of my sophomore year.
Okay. Well, what did it mean to you?
It gave me the ability to express some of the things that I've seen on film, or on in pixels. So.
Okay. So so during that time, can you recall the first time you took a photo that made you go like wow, or like?
The first time was a long time ago when I was a kid in New York. I took a photo. I had a little a little disposable camera my mother bought me, and we were going around walking around the streets. And I remember stopping by, and there was a bunch of trees I saw, and I basically took them. I took all of them, at an angle that we could see all of them lined up, and I took the shot, and I showed it to my mother, and she really couldn't care about it. But for me, being able to do that was pretty cool. I don't know. I was like maybe five, 6 when I was a little kid. That's what I remember.
Cool. So after that point, do you have any formal training now?
No.
So more of a run as you go type of photographer, right?
Yeah.
Same thing with me. I've learned as I go.
Yeah.
How technical is your photography?
Not that technical. Other than ISO settings and other than that, not much. I'm running a point and shoot. It's Canon SX1. Just point and shoot. So other than that, it's not necessarily always auto. I do change around the settings, but I really want to get that technical with the camera if needed. Otherwise, I'll just edit the majority of my photos in Photoshop anyway.
So like in the future, would you ever think about getting a higher DSLR?
Oh yeah, I'm thinking not anytime soon because of financial reasons to invest in a DSLR. Not sure which camp I'd join, but from Canada, we'll see what happens. Coffee. Bless you.
Okay, awesome. So while taking photography, define your version of beauty. Like, what constitutes as a beautiful picture to you?
I think a beauty that's able to instigate some type of thought in my mind. It's something that's able to stimulate my my thought process whenever I'm looking at a photo and enjoying it. And it's not necessarily how it looks, but more so what the photo does for me. So I think beauty is defined by the individual as opposed to as a culture. So if I take a photo and it does something for me, like recall a memory, then it's art. It's my ability as a human being to express myself.
Awesome. So within that, like, what are your favorite subjects to photograph?
Nature, and people. I like taking photographs of people, friends when we ever go hang out. It's a lot of it's hobby, so it's usually just people, and as I said, nature. So, and maybe buildings, sidewalks, just random things I see in the streets.
Awesome. Me too. Yeah, I like taking pictures of people, preferably. Nature is really good.
I also like taking pictures of beautiful girls. No, just kidding. So.
Yeah, second that. Do you think yourself as an artist, and what do you think of the word artist?
I do consider myself an artist, and an artist is someone who's able to do art and allow other people to appreciate their art. So I mean, you can be an artist in photography, an actual painter, an artist in film. So there's different. I think there's different definitions of the word art. Artiste. That's someone who's able to take art and communicate to other people, allow them to appreciate someone else's work. So
okay. Well, going back to your favorite subjects to photograph, how would you describe your photographic style within taking, within the subjects that you like to take, like any shots? Like, are you more of a low angle shot, or are you like standing up straight upright, take pictures of still life, or?
I think it would depend on the scene. It's a pretty good question. Depending on what I'm doing, one with people it's more portrait. As far as in nature, it'd be more. I forgot the term for it. What's the term for far away? It's more. Not high. It's
there's macro and there's telephoto.
it's not necessarily telephoto. I'm not big on terminology, but I'm thinking about it in film. Whenever I take a shot, it's more so everything. I'm trying to capture everything, as opposed to zooming in a close shot. I don't do close ups. I don't want close ups. That's more so being able to see everything in perspective.
Like landscape.
Landscape. Yeah,
okay.
It's more so
okay.
everything in perspective. I don't like close up shots.
Okay.
So unless I'm doing macro shots of, like, let's say small things I like to see, but it's more so a lot of shots I like everything in perspective.
Good. Shout me out there because I'm actually really horrible with landscape. More good with telephoto or portrait.
Okay.
So that's really cool. That's really cool to know. Well, what would you love to shoot that you haven't already?
Well, if ever given the chance, I'd like to be able to take photos of Honduras. I'd like to be able to go visit there and take photos of the people, the culture, and the environment there, or the nature, environment, culture, etc., etc. So being able to take photos in Honduras. My father's Hondureño. I've never been there, so like I'd like to be given that opportunity and be able to capture that capture that as art and allow other people to appreciate it.
So like a travel photographer, be able to travel around and take photographs of things you really don't usually see.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well, what are your thoughts on the paparazzi and their effects on photographers and photography?
I can't curse in this video. No, just kidding. Well, I think there's a place for that, but I think they've taken it to the extreme as far as glamorizing and over dramatizing the lives of normal people like you or I. I mean, and granted, what those people do, it's art in themselves as far as film and all that, but. And most I think art is more I just think it's disrespectful to go into other people's lives and invade what they're doing and try and capture their moments and allow us to see or put that on us as far as what they try and capture. I just don't like the way that they focus so much on those people's lives and they're just normal people like you or I, you know, like. Instead of focusing on their lives, what about our lives? I mean, because we're doing other things too. I don't think we should be concerned about what they're doing. I mean, allow them to express themselves in movies and all that, and then let us live our own lives. I really don't care less about what Angelina Jolie or Brad Pitt is doing. So
that's a good point. So, like, how do you feel about digital manipulation, and to what extent do you utilize it? It's like for instance, Photoshop.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I was trying to get in words. I think it depends because I know I'll go in Photoshop, mess around with the filters, and I'll add I'll make it to where sketch job by graphic pencil, etc., etc. I use Photoshop a lot to remove the grain and noise from my photos, or I think I'm confusing terminology. The grain, because my photos get pretty grainy on certain ISO above a certain ISO setting, so I have to go in there with Photoshop. As far as editing things out, like adding in things, changing the lighting and all that, I think I would utilize it if I knew how to. I don't see anything wrong with that, but I think there's a difference between taking a photo and manipulating it to where to show it in a point that you want someone to see it, and taking a photo and lying about it. Taking a photo and editing it to where it's not necessarily being truthful about what you're trying to show. So
yeah, I think that if you do manipulate a photo, you should show that you did or write down that you did. Not tell a lie to someone.
Yeah, like taking a photo and taking a picture of somebody and let's say editing the way they look as far as their weight. Then I took a photo of my friend and I made him look a little bit skinnier, and I showed him the photo and he didn't really much think a lot of it. But I think that's bad if we do that, because instead of focusing what's on the digital media, I think we should be focused on ourselves. So.
Great.
Although he did look a lot skinnier, but
right. So, to wrap it all up, what other thoughts would you like to share?
I think the one thing I would critique about photographers or photography in general is don't get too wrapped up taking the photo. I mean, I take photos and I go out with a purpose whenever I want to go take photos, but I've seen some people get so wrapped up in getting that shot, they forget about what they're actually doing as far as where they're actually at and what they're experiencing. I mean, for example, I know iFest was this past weekend, and I know that there's a difference between experiencing iFest and going out there and taking photos, and forgetting what you're doing, because you have the actual memory of what you caught in your own lens, your own perspective, your eyes, and what your camera was able to capture. And there's a big difference between both of those. And I think some people need to take a break from taking only pictures and interpreting that. But other than that, no other comments.
Yeah, I totally agree with what you think.
Yeah.
So thanks a lot for being here and having me interview you. So thanks a lot.
See you, man.
See ya.
Stay in school. Don't do. No, just kidding.